Hello, this is GC De Guzman, and this is our top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis for June 6, 2019 in preparation for the next trading day. I'd like to mention that everything that I'm going to say in this video is geared towards short-term trading. So for today, I'll be discussing 10 stocks beginning with PHEN. Okay, okay, beginning with PHEN. PHEN closed today at 2.54, support is at 1.95, and the psychological resistance is at the 61.8% of the up Fibonacci extension, which is at 3.23. I am seeing a perfect bullish alignment among its three SMAs. All 4 points, the 4 points that we are monitoring are all present on PHEN. It also closed above its VWAP of 2.52. MACD is bullish. I'm seeing a strong upward momentum. There's already strong upward momentum on PHEN's price movement. Even though RSI is super close to the classical overbought level, this is not a signal to sell. This is the other indicators that I've seen here are confirmations that the ascent in price is still more likely to continue. So before I drop my overall sentiment and recommendation, let's see the trade and volume distribution chart of PHEN first. The dominant range is between 2.5 to 2.56. It's in favor of the buyers. I am bullish on PHEN. You have some data-driven reasons to top up or to enter a new position. By the way, before you enter a new position, you make sure that you calculate your reward to risk ratio first. Only when you're happy with your RRR, that's when you should consider entering a new position, not at any price. Okay, this also applies when topping up, but within the dominant range that I have just shown you a few seconds ago. Next, we have SSI. SSI closed today at 3.38. Support is at 3.09. Resistance is at 3.43. If it breaks above 3.43, its psychological resistance would be 4.25. Volume is looking good. All 4 points are present. I'm also seeing a perfect bullish alignment among its three SMAs. Foreign investors registered a net foreign buying worth 31 million pesos. There's a formation of a bullish convergence between MACD and the signal line. The positive DMI, I'm also seeing a strong upward momentum on the chart of SSI already. Okay, RSI still has more room. It still allows SSI to dance its way um, towards breaking above the resistance at 3.43. For the trade and volume distribution chart, the dominant range is between 3.28 to 3.4, still in favor of the buyers. I am bullish on SSI. It's logical to top up or to enter a new position. Okay, be mindful of what I said before entering a new position. Okay, I'm not going to remind you of that thing again for the next 8 stocks that I'm going to discuss. Okay, next, IRC. IRC closed today at 2 pesos per share. It just broke out above its previous resistance at 1.94, which is acting as its current support level. Resistance is at 2.9. Unlike the previous two stocks, I'm not yet seeing a perfect bullish alignment among its three SMAs. Nonetheless, volume is outstanding today in favor of the bulls. MACD is also moving above the signal line, and the last candlestick is moving above the 10 SMA. Therefore, the conditions of our 10 SMA and MACD combo are very alive. RSI still gives IRC more room to continue doing the cha-cha, so to speak, all the way to the resistance level, towards the resistance level. Even though the positive DMI is moving above the negative DMI, I am not yet seeing a strong upward momentum on IRC's chart. Maybe that will only happen once the price breaks above 2.5. Okay, but not now. Okay, the dominant range is between 2 pesos, between 2 to 2.03. 2 pesos to 2.03. Again, it's in favor of the buyers. It's still logical to top up and to enter a new position on IRC. Next, we have MWC. MWC closed today at 24.30. I am not seeing a perfect bullish alignment among its three SMAs, but it's already bullish in the short term to medium term. Volume is also looking good today. MACD maintains its position above the signal line, so that pair is already a bullish signal. RSI is relatively close to its resistance level, but there's still more room, there's still more chance for MWC to continue increasing the distance or moving away, to continue to move away from the support at 23.4, and resistance, by the way, is at 28.25. The dominant range is between 23.3 to 23.4, but be mindful that it closed today at 24.3, which is the intraday high. So therefore, my overall sentiment on MWC is still bullish. It's still logical to enter a new position or to top up on your current position if you have one. Next, we have Abacor. ABA closed today at 0.61, support is at 0.53, resistance is at 0.86. MACD is already still moving above the signal line. RSI is on the neutral level. Based on the DMI histogram, Abacor does not have a strong is not yet moving in a strong upward momentum category yet, not yet there. Maybe that will only happen once the price breaks above 0.70. Okay. Anyhow, let's check ABA's trade and volume distribution chart. The dominant range is between 0.59 to 0.62 in favor of the buyers. So here, just with the presence of the satisfied conditions of our 10 SMA and MACD combo, we already got one buy signal for ABA. And by the way, that's a one buy signal. So if you would like to do a test buy, you can do so within the dominant range that I just mentioned a while back. Okay. Next we have PXP. PXP closed today at 7.88. Support is at 6.78. Resistance is at 10.05. There's a bearish volume today. In fact, foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 3.5 million pesos. I know it's not as sizable as with their transactions with the index companies. And to continue, MACD is already downward sloping. It's a weakening ascent or weakening bullishness. Okay. There's also a formation of a bearish convergence between the positive and the negative DMI. So PXP is at risk of revisiting its support at 6.78. That's what it means. Let's take a look at its trade and volume distribution chart. The dominant range is between 7.8 to 8 pesos per share. It's in favor of the sellers. If you have been trading PXP, uh, just follow your trailing stop loss so you don't have to risk more than what you can only handle. Now, if you don't have PXP, stay that way. Don't buy just yet. When should you buy? Once the conditions of our 10 SMA and MACD combo have been satisfied, and preferably once all 4 points are present again on the chart of PXP. Those things that I've mentioned are absent on the chart right now, so don't enter a new position yet. CPG. Okay, CPG closed today at 0.58. Support is at 0.56. Let's see where its resistance is. The historical resistance is at 0.68. Okay, 0.68. If it breaks below 0.56, the next support is at 0.46. There's already MACD is already downward sloping. That signals a weakening momentum. It's a strong bearish volume today. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth half a million pesos, and RSI is already downward sloping as well. Even though the positive DMI is moving below above the negative DMI, this tall red candlestick uh, gives me the impression that it's more likely for the price to revisit, if not to break below 0.56. But let's take a look at its trade and volume distribution chart. The dominant range is between 0.58 to 0.61 in favor of the sellers. If you have been trading CPG since the third week of May, please by all means follow your trailing stop loss so you can still close the deal with gains. And if you don't have CPG, please don't enter a new position yet. Okay? Please don't. Now Corporation. Now Corporation closed today at 2.5. Support is at 1.98. Resistance is at 4.25. I am seeing a perfect, guess what? Perfect bearish alignment among its three simple moving averages. It's a tall bearish volume today. MACD is still moving above the signal line, however, courtesy of the maybe 2 weeks worth of bullishness when it bounced away from the support level at 1.98 to 3 weeks ago. Um, However, RSI and the positive DMI are both downward sloping already. Okay, now let's take a look at its trade and volume distribution chart. It closed today at 2.5, and where is it? Where is the 2.5? It's the intraday low. So, okay, intraday low. The dominant range is between 2.5 to 2.62 in favor of the sellers, the bears. Okay, so if you manage to catch now near 1.98, please follow your trailing stop loss so you can still get out of now with either with a break-even price or with a few gains. Now, if you don't have now, don't buy it yet. Okay, don't buy it yet. There's still a possibility for Now Corporation to revisit where it came from 2 pesos. Okay, um, it might revisit this level. So let's be on a wait and see mode if you don't have Now Corporation yet. Second to the last stock, we have LR. It closed today at 4.11. Support is at 3.49. For the resistance is at 5.83. You can call this line here as a resistance as well, 4.8. Okay, as a midterm resistance, a precursor to 5.83. Okay, so LR is already moving below the 10 SMA. MACD is moving below the signal line. You already got a bearish signal from that combination. The negative DMI is already moving above the positive DMI, and the downward momentum is already looking strong. It already has a strong downward momentum. Okay, so it's all the more, even though we haven't checked the trade and volume distribution chart, as early as now, I'm telling you, don't enter a new position on LR yet. The dominant range is between 4.08 to 4.15 in favor of the sellers. Don't enter a new position yet, and by now, your trailing stop loss should have already been hit. You should have already sold with gains if you entered a new position on LR in the second week of May. Okay? Last but not the least,